And welcome back to Livingston Parish News Weekly Show, a podcast brought to you by the Livingston Parish News. This is from the cheap seats. It's where I sit down with this gentleman and we talk about what's going on in Livingston Parish athletics. I'm going to give him a second to introduce himself. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. This is Rob DeArmond, sports editor with the Livingston Parish News.
Plenty to talk about today, but we want to start off to let people know that regionals, and let's make sure I get this list correct, in golf, track, and I'm forgetting something. Tennis are all underway or will be underway this week.
Either starting today or during the week. So the tennis regional has started. Morgan Duncan from Walker won, and Seth LeBlanc from Walker lost. Literally, it happened this morning. So that's fresh news, folks.
There you go, breaking news right here on a Monday morning. So thank you for that, and of course, just be following Rob on Twitter or our Facebook page to look for results from those regionals. Now, getting into sort of the meat of the matter, you had a busy weekend as softball playoffs were getting into their pre-sulfur rounds, and baseball throughout their first pitches for the playoffs over the weekend. Let's start with baseball, and let's get into that since we're going to be talking sulfur with some of the softball results. So I'm gonna let you take it from where you want to start.
I'm going to start from the top here. Live Oak, you guys know that the pairings came out last Tuesday, so we have not discussed that on the podcast. Live Oak in Division One non-select was a number 5 seed. They got a bye. They're going to host number 12 Dutchtown. That'll be a district matchup in the regional round here. It's you're looking at a best 2 out of 3 series in divisions 1, 2, and 3. Until you get to the tournament. So this series is going to be Thursday starting at 6, Friday at 6, and Saturday at 1 if they need to play that third game. In Division 2, Albany was the number 18 seed. They went to Kaplan. Kaplan won that series 2-0, 10-5, and 9-6. In Division 3, Springfield, number 17 seed, went and got a 2-1 series win over number 16 St. James. Won the first game 7-4, lost the second 5-3, and won the third 9-5. That's a big series win for them. As a reward, they get to go to number 1 Kinder.
And there's some history there between Kinder and Livingston Parish teams.
Correct. That is correct. That series will start Thursday. They're going to go 4-6 on Thursday and noon on Saturday if they have to play that third game. Doyle got a bye in Division 3. They will host number 19 Caldwell Parish. They'll be Friday at 4 o'clock and 6:30 and Saturday at 11 a.m. if they need to play that one. In Division 4, like I said, these are single games. Number 16 French Settlement defeated number 17 Lake Arthur 7-3. Mason Hill and Trevor McMorris combined on a 3-hitter there. And French Settlement will travel to number 1 Oak Grove in the regional round. They'll play that one at 6 o'clock. A lot of teams playing number 1 seeds here. So then we get to Division 5. Number 21 Holden beat number 12 Calvin 10-2 in 14 innings. Holden scored 8 runs in the top of the 14th there. Brody Miller gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, 3 walks, struck out 5 and 7 in 2/3 innings, and Colton Lewis and Tyler Thompson came on to finish it all for him. And also in Division 5, number 11 Fairview beat number 22 Marpaw 2-0. Preston Vicknair and Cade Penalbra combined on a 4-hitter in the loss. Fairview got both of those runs in the first inning, and that was it.
Oof. Battle after that, nail biter. So thank you for those updates. Of course, be on the lookout for those baseball series as they continue towards the end of this week. Now let's switch over to softball. A lot of action over the weekend. Some of the teams didn't quite make it, but we have 4 going to the state semis in Sulphur. Let's start off with I believe the lone loss was Walker against Airline, correct?
Had 2 actually.
Had 2.
You had Walker and Walker actually beat Airline there. So that was Sam Houston.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they went to Sam Houston for the quarters. Lost 4-1. They gave up all 4 of those runs at the first inning. Another one of those games
Another
where
nail biter.
you get into it and you give those runs up early, and it's it's kind of a replay a few years back. I think Walker had to go over to Sam Houston, so there's some familiarity there too. It kind of a good run there because they lost a lot off of that team that made it to the tournament last year, and I don't think those girls should hang their heads at anything that they accomplished this year. Just it's fun to kind of watch them play. The other loss was Holden there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They lost by 1 in theirs. I posted something yesterday on Facebook. Just you think about it, the 5 straight Class B championships. They played 6 straight years. You don't see that kind of stuff all the time. So that's one of those things where, those seniors, I remember when a lot of them came in as 7th graders, getting some varsity experience. So, again, they've got nothing to hang their heads about either. Just that's a heck of a run. You can always look back on that. That's not going away. What you did is what you did. You accomplished it. So,
sure, and it sounds like both of those teams will have talent. Getting experience for those younger class ladies, and they will have some talent coming in the next year.
Correct. That was It was 8-7 to shoot Holden's loss. I'm sorry, I don't know if I didn't mention that score. So.
A lot of nail biters here.
Yes, correct.
So let's move into those who have now advanced to the semifinals in Sulphur.
I guess we'll start with Live Oak, number 2 Live Oak. They will play number 3 Sam Houston. That'll be 2:30 Friday in Sulphur. They picked up a 13-1 win over West Washita. Just started early, got 6 runs in the first inning, got established some momentum there, and then at one point I think you're going into the top of the 5th. It's 10-0. West Washita comes back and gets a run, and Casey Bennett hit a 3-run home run to end it. It went a long way. I'll just say that. For them, it's got a group of seniors. It's Coach Katie Prescott's first group that were freshmen, so they've come all the way through with her. So they, there's a I guess an attachment there. And just to see them, reach that goal, it was really exciting. They get through, and you probably saw some of the pictures online, but the whole team goes out to the right field fence, and just that's where your baseball team and a lot of your students were hanging out, and just to give them the high fives and let them know, hey, thanks for coming out and supporting us. And it was just at the end of that game, just everybody's out wanting to talk to everybody, get a little bit of info on what's going on, and just general excitement. It was good to see out there. Went down the road. I'll just take the 2 games that I did. I went down the road and went to French Settlement to get them, and they wound up beating the Quincy 8-2. That was a 2-2 ball game. Lainey Wilson hits a solo home run, kind of gets them going, and goes up to 3-2, and then they get another 5-run inning, kind of do it, kind of put it away there. Malloy Miles, 8th grader, had 10 strikeouts. They've only got 1 senior on that team, so this is for French Settlement. That's the second time in 3 years that they've been. So you don't want to say it's getting common, but you look around and talk to a couple players like, yeah, I've been before, and then a couple more, no, I haven't been. So we'll see what happens there with them. So, and they will be playing French Settlement's number 4. They'll be playing number 8 Benton, and that'll be at 5:00 on Friday in Sulphur. Where do we go next? We got a bunch of them. Doyle 10, Winfield nothing. It's one of those ones where it's kind of, in between games, I'm kind of checking the game changer just to see where everybody is. And when I checked it, it was scoreless, and then all of a sudden it was 10-0. Talking to Coach DeSell, it's just one of those things. She said when they came back around, probably second time through the lineup, they made the adjustments and kind of figured some stuff out at the plate, and were able to get it going there. So, for them, Doyle, I believe that's their 3rd straight trip to Sulphur. So you guys know, been there a lot. And that's a credit to what they're doing, what these programs do to get there. Let's see, Albany, they pick up a 5-1 win over North Vermilion. 1-0 they were trailing. Katie Landry hit a solo home run to tie it up and kind of get them going as well. That's their first trip to the. I think we figured out since 2010, but it's the deepest playoff run for Albany in program history in this configuration because the used to have the quarters, the semis, and the finals at the tournament, and it's just the semis and the finals now. So just in talking to Coach Brian Ford, just things just kind of came together for him at the right time. So let's see who else we got. We're still going. Am I missing somebody? Doyle in Division III, just to run through. I don't know. Doyle will play Kaplan at 2:30 Friday. So we've got 3 games going at 2:30 and 1 at 5 on Friday.
Busy.
And then if they make the championships, there'll be 2 at noon and 2 at 3 if they make the championships. So that's what we're looking at.
So going to be
slow weekend.
Yeah, right. Very slow. But as we wrap up spring sports, it's just these last weeks in April, first weeks in May are always just a blitz.
It always comes to a head, and it always seems like it moves faster every year that we do it. I don't know why that is, but you just look at the calendar and go, "What happened?"
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Where did the second half of it? Because the minute baseball's over, we roll right into the end of spring football.
I just told Paul that out there. I was like, well, don't forget football because football will crank up too. But I think a lot of it has to do with the success that the basketball programs have too. You get through with state tournaments and you turn around and softball starting district, and then a week and a half later, baseball starting district. And that month, once you get into district, it just flies.
Right. So, and we appreciate your efforts as you keep up with all this.
I'm hoping I didn't forget anything.
No. We said there were 4 going, and you covered the 4. So, congratulations to all those winners. We, are sorry for those of you who are fans of the teams that fell this past weekend. But of course, building blocks for later years, as what those coaches told us, and is what Mr. Rob here saw on the field. So. Of course, he'll be traveling to Sulphur here in a couple of days, and in the meantime, going to be keeping up with some of this regional action. So, if you'll introduce yourself, sir, as we wrap up today.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and say that, hey, don't forget 9 teams, all 9 softball teams made it, and 7 in baseball. That's a really solid showing. But this is Rob DeArmond, sports editor with the Livingston Parish News,
and my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you guys for joining us for the Livingston Parish News Weekly Show. Please remember, this is from the cheap seats, where we talk about what's going on in athletics here in Livingston Parish. My name is McHugh David. We are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube once a week, in print on Thursdays at $7 a month. Get that in your mailbox. We're also online, www.livingstonparishnews.com. One last time, we appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time.